My channel is generally a gaming channel, but I just got done watching Gone Girl. And keep in mind, this wasn't exactly my first time watching this film. And I'm also a big fan of David Fincher. I've also watched Fight Club, Seven, and many other films he's made. But Gone Girl, for me, really hits a certain nerve. There's only so many films or stories that can actually horrify me or scare me. And keep in mind, many so called horror movies don't exactly scare me. Like, whenever I see a horror movie done right, I know the film is made well. It may not scare me, but I can actually understand why it could scare some people. But for me, Gone Girl is a horror movie that isn't exactly a horror movie. It's more of a thriller than a horror movie or drama, either way how you look at it. Um, this is basically for anyone who's already watched the film and probably analyzed it to death and probably just got done watching it. So the one thing I really want to focus on is that final scene. Just that final scene just left me in awe, just in pure awe. Just and that final glare Amy gives at the end of the film, and that theme that plays in the credits. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if no one, and I repeat, no one couldn't leave this film without having this traumatized look on their face. Cause like I really gotta give credit. I forget the actress's name. The girl woman who played Amy did a fantastic job. Because if you are actually watching this, I give credit. You were an amazing actress. You genuinely horrified me. You played a cold and calculating sociopath very well. And I'm just in awe. And if she got an award for this performance, and I hope she did, but if she hasn't, I'll be fucking upset because that was an amazing performance. Trying to remember, this movie came out in 2014. Yeah. Um, the reason why this, you're probably wondering why this movie really horrified me. It I think it has to do with the fact that I always imagine myself in Nick's position, played by Ben Affleck. The more I imagine myself in Nick's position, the more it scares me. And most people would say, why don't you just tell the truth of what really happened? But then you realize, how can you tell the truth? Amy can easily spin another narrative. Like, no matter what Nick does, he will be demonized or completely ostracized by the public. So, no matter what he does, it's a lose-lose situation. And I think that kind of says a lot about how women tend to be given the benefit of the doubt, while men are never really given much doubt. Or at least that's how I see it. But that also kind of reminds me of that one scene where Ben Affleck's character, he's looking in the mirror with the water taps running in the bathroom, talking to himself in the mirror, like imagining himself telling the public of who his wife actually is and what she did. But he's having thoughts of actually telling the truth, but overall it's just, I can't imagine getting out of it, like getting out of Amy's grasps. Like, it's, and that ending, it's just, man, it just shows how it just reminds me how David Fincher is one of the greatest film directors of modern times. Like, one of my favorite. Like, I do know that this movie is based on a very great book, and he probably made the greatest film adaptation ever. Like, I'm pretty sure someone came up to David Fincher and said, "Hey, here's this really fucked up story. Really fucked up story. I think it will fit you really well because you, David Fincher, you have a tendency of making really fucked up nihilistic films." And this movie is very fucked up and nihilistic about marriage, the media, and all that. And that kind of reminds me of that one line where we caused her Nick, Ben Affleck's character, says, "What, like, I lied, I cheated, and during our marriage we caused our child pain." And then Amy, or I still can't remember the actress's name, she responds with, "That's marriage." Well, obviously you have to take what she says with a grain of salt because she is a sociopath, and I don't think anyone's marriage can be as fucked up as theirs. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, this movie's just leaving me speechless, man. Uh, yeah. Like, after a second or third watch, it was probably my third time watching it, or second time, I'm not sure. Uh, this it really reminds me how great this film really is. I mean, no film is perfect, obviously, but if a movie can be better the more times you watch it, then chances are that's a great film. But if it gets worse the more times you watch it, then yeah, that means there's probably a lot more flaws under the surface. Like, the flaws under the surface of that film are a lot more noticeable. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Gone Girl. I know this is out of the norm for my most of the general content I post on this channel, but I really wanted to post my thoughts on this great film. Anyway, you tell me my thoughts or your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, this is A Canadian Gamer. I'm out.